Hello and welcome to the Luv Doc podcast with hosts Waldo Wachewski and Ophelia Brewski.
Okay, so the Luv Doc shared this really interesting letter with us, and it describes a dynamic I think, well, a lot of us might recognize.
Navigating that tricky line, right, where someone's confidence kind of spills over into
just being insufferable. So today we're going to dive into that. Look at the psychology behind why some people seem overly sure of their intelligence and maybe how you can even address it.
Exactly. And we're using this letter sent to the Luv Doc as our starting point.
Right, the Luv Doc. For anyone who doesn't know, they're this advice columnist. Very popular, kind of known for being super direct, maybe a bit humorous too.
No nonsense is a good way to put it.
Definitely. So this letter writer, she's dealing with her boyfriend, and his behavior apparently changed quite dramatically after he got a new sales job back in January.
Yeah, that timing seems key.
It does. And the main problem, well, she mentions having a higher GPA than him in college.
Okay.
But now he's constantly saying his classes were harder. He started calling their friends stupid. Yeah, and even saying things like, I'm smarter than everyone at this party.
Wow. That's bold.
It really is. And she tells this one story. Get this. They're at a party. He goes and sits alone on the patio, declares he's bored because he's just too intelligent for everyone there.
Oh, my goodness.
Seriously. And she just called an Uber and went home.
I mean, what else do you do? It sounds like a classic case of ego just running totally wild.
Totally.
So our mission today really is to dig into what the Luv Doc had to say about this whole situation.
Right.
We want to move beyond just this one admittedly vivid story and understand the cognitive stuff happening underneath, the bias that might be at play.
And maybe get some answers to her big question, which is, how do I tell him he's not that smart without completely crushing his ego?
Yeah, that's the tightrope walk, isn't it? And that's what we're going to unpack.
And like we said, the Luv Doc's way of tackling these things is refreshingly direct, often funny too, which kind of helps the advice stick, I think.
Definitely memorable.
So let's get into the Luv Doc's response. One of the first big takeaways, and it's kind of a zinger, is this idea that thinking you're the smartest person in the room, that's often the surest sign you're probably not.
Huh. Right. It hits you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's quite the paradox.
It really is. It challenges that whole perception. And the Luv Doc uses this really funny, almost absurd example to drive it home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they say maybe the only time you could genuinely claim to be smarter than everyone else.
Let me guess, some extreme scenario.
Totally. Like if you accidentally wandered into a nitrous oxide party.
Okay, right. Where everyone else's thinking is, shall we say, temporarily impaired.
Exactly. It just highlights how rare actual across-the-board superiority is in any normal situation.
And that ties straight into the psychological core the Luv Doc points out. This idea that, well, the more you know, the more you realize you don't know.
The classic wisdom paradox.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And they connect that directly to what they called the one consistent trait of people blessed with modest intelligence, an appalling lack of modesty.
Wow.
Holy crap. You're psychotically obsessed with the Luv Doc, but can't think of a flashy gauche way to share your obsession with the world? Stop thinking and make a beeline for the Luv Doc's home sweet home on the interwebs, thepleasurecraft.com, where you can find a veritable treasure trove of sick merch that will make even your coolest friends super gel. Honestly, I don't know why you didn't already think of this yourself, but you're welcome. Have fun on the Pleasure Craft. It was made just for you. Let me spell it out for you one more time. www.thepleasurecraft.com.
So the less you know, the louder you proclaim it, basically.
It seems that way. It's deeply counterintuitive, right? You'd expect confidence to correlate with competence, but often
it's the opposite. That's a really powerful connection. So, okay, if that's the psychology playing out, what does the Luv Doc say you should actually do? Because that's the practical bit our letter writer needs, isn't it?
Absolutely. And this is where the Luv Doc brings in a well-known psychological concept, the Dunning-Kruger effect, named after the Cornell social psychologists David Dunning and Justin Kruger.
Right, I've heard of that. It's about overestimating your own abilities.
Exactly. It basically describes how, well, the less intelligent and competent you are, the more likely you are to overestimate your intelligence and ability.
So you're not just incompetent, you're incompetent at recognizing your own incompetence.
That's the crux of it.
Yeah.
And the Luv Doc applies this straight to the boyfriend.
Makes sense.
Their conclusion is he's likely suffering from some perhaps recent or perhaps heretofore dormant insecurities.
Insecurities. So it's not really about being smart.
Probably not. It's likely a defense mechanism. And the Love Doc suggests these insecurities could very well be mitigated by therapy.
Okay, so therapy is the potential long-term fix. But what about the immediate issue? How does she talk to him? The Love Doc thinks this stems from insecurity, right? So what's their tough love solution?
Yeah, tough love is definitely the phrase. They don't really believe there's a gentle way to do this. Suggesting an insulting conversation is kind of baked in already.
Ouch. Okay, so what's the script they suggest? I'm guessing it's pretty blunt.
Extremely blunt. This is literally what they suggest saying. Dude, you're not that smart.
Wow, straight out the gate.
Oh, yeah. And the fact that you think you are is even further evidence you're not.
Oof. Okay, keep going.
That doesn't mean you're an idiot. It just means it wouldn't hurt you to be inquisitive, curious, and attentive to the people you feel superior to. Everyone has something valuable to contribute.
A little bit of constructive advice in there, at least?
A little. And then the kicker. I think you should see a therapist about your insecurities.
Directly suggesting therapy.
And the final line, that way you have at least a 50% chance of being the smartest person in the room.
Oh my. That's certainly direct. It kind of makes you wince, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. But you can kind of see the logic, maybe. Like sometimes a gentle approach just bounces off that kind of ego.
Yeah, maybe it takes a shock to the system to force that confrontation with reality. It definitely makes you think, though.
About what?
Well, how often do we maybe fall into that trap ourselves?